Listen, if your first thought when you hear the term ROI is return on investment and you think money, you have missed half of the point of that acronym. Stick with me today because I'm going to talk to you about what ROI actually means. I'm also going to share with you some common misconceptions that are probably what is holding you back and tripping you up with respect to that acronym. And then I'm also going to share with you a new formula, a new way to think about it that guarantees you will receive a return on your investment with every single activity you are intentional about. All right, stick around and let's get into the video. Number one, what is return on your investment? Well, the return on your investment is basically stating that whatever effort you put into your activities to achieve your goal, you are going to receive some benefits from that. You will get more out of it than you put into it. That is the basic definition of your return on investment. You put forth effort, you put forth time, maybe even you put forth money, and the goal is to have those things yield a return, meaning you get more money back because you made a profit. But that is not where that term stops. And that's where those misconceptions that I want to talk to you about come in. The first misconception is that you think it's just about the money, the flow of revenue that is going in and out of your business. If your first thought with respect to return on investment is how much money is it going to make me, you missed half of the battle. Another misconception is that marketing and sales is the only place where this matters. That is a complete misconception. And if that is where your mind goes when you think ROI, you could have missed out on so many different things that could have yielded you the return you wanted, but you sort of scoffed at the idea of doing the thing because in your mind it was not going to yield a financial return. The last misconception is that you think that the formula for getting a return on your investment is going to be the same every single time, i.e. you think that your return on investment has to be about money, and if money is not going to be exchanged or you don't feel you're going to make money, then immediate gratification from an occasion or an interaction with someone, if it doesn't look that way every single time, then that can't be a return on your investment. And those are just misconceptions. It's just not true. And if your first thought about ROI, return on investment, goes to money, how much do I have to invest and how much am I going to get back from this? If that's the only thing you're thinking, it's probably the thing that has held you back. And it's not the fact that you didn't do a vision board. It's not the fact that you're not setting your goals. It's because your mindset is one of scarcity and you have not yet tapped into the true potential of what an ROI can mean for you and your business. But we're about to change that because I have my notes I wrote down on paper. This was one of those videos I was not even prepared to do videos today. As you can see, I am barefaced, no makeup. But this was something that I felt so passionate about because of a conversation that I had recently. So let me get into this, and who knows, I might share that story with you at the end of this. But I just talked about the misconceptions. Now let me share with you this new strategy that I really feel passionately about. It did stem from a conversation that I recently had with respect to an event where I am on the committee. And during this conversation, it was brought up that people are still struggling with the idea of donating things for auctions or that could be used as sponsorship materials, things like that, because in their mind, the return on investment isn't there. The question always becomes, what do I get for doing what I am going to do, the thing that you're asking me to do? Will I get business? This is common. I've found this to be common when you're working with networking groups, chambers of commerce, things of that nature, where people will make the purchase, they'll join the organization, but their mindset or their expectation is that just because I joined, I should be getting tons of business, because that's the point, because they think the return on investment should be sales immediately after they make their membership purchase. The same holds true for things like donating to silent auction. People think that if they donate, there should be some sort of return on investment immediately after, and it must be some sort of financial component where they're going to get business because they did the thing that they were asked to do. But let me just give you another way to think about this, and I call it my ROI strategy, and that stands for my 4R principle: opportunities and initiatives. Again, that's my 4R principle: opportunities and initiatives. So what are my 4R principles? That is building a reputation for yourself, one that shines you in an expert light, where you look credible. Your service or product that you sell is something that people know you for. People have had positive experiences with you and with it. So your reputation is a very good reputation, such that people call on you to do some of these things that don't necessarily yield you money, but they put you in a very good position to showcase yourself to the right people. So you want your reputation to be a positive reputation so that you can then start building the second R, relationship. When you build relationships with the right people, they will make sure that they put you in front of people that can provide for you that financial, the revenue that you are looking for. I should have said the 5 R's, the 5R principle, revenue being the last. But the next thing, once you've built these relationships and you get it, you're getting the contacts and you're sending the emails, what forms is a rapport, and you become the primary referral that they send out for whatever product, service, whatever you are selling, whatever value you're bringing to the table. This is not just for marketing. This is not just for sales. This is for anything, any area where you want to shed yourself in a positive light, attract a certain demographic, and provide whatever service or value that you have. When you have built a reputation of excellence, people are flocking to you and wanting to build a relationship. You give them what they need and build that rapport. They will in turn refer you to different opportunities that are going to help you get the money that you initially wanted. Is this a long game? Absolutely it is. Is it worth it? Absolutely it is. You will have immediate sales. This won't take a long time in every instant, but for the time that it does take a long time, think about the bullpen of potential customers and clients or potential opportunities that you will have because you are implementing my ROI strategy. So the first step in my ROI strategy, again, are the 4 R's, the 4R principle. And I should change it to the 5R principle, because once you start getting those referrals, guess what comes next? The revenue. Okay, I think I will change it to the 5R principle. And then once you've gotten all of that together, now what happens is opportunities start to present themselves. Yes, people are going to come to you and ask you to sponsor their event. Yes, people are going to ask you to provide silent auction items. Yes, people are going to ask you for things that you feel are going to cost you or come at some sacrifice. That is why you have to be ready. Those opportunities are places where you may not receive funds immediately, but because you have implemented those 5 R's, what will happen from those opportunities is now you will begin to look at the return on investment a little bit differently. You'll be able to look at those opportunities objectively and say, what do I want to get from this opportunity? Do I want this opportunity to yield funds? If so, is the event conducive to that? Or is this an opportunity where I am going to be positioned in front of people that I have tried to get in front of on my own and have been unsuccessful? Is this going to be an opportunity for me to showcase or share or sell something at an event that I am having trouble selling online? Am I going to be able to tap into my demographic and ask questions, do survey, collect data? Those are all opportunities to have some sort of a return, because you've determined what you want that return to be, and it's not necessarily financial initially. What you have to think about is a long game strategy. The opportunity, after those 5 R's, the opportunities are going to come, but you have to look at those opportunities objectively and with an open mind, and not be so, hell-bent on there being a money exchange for the return on investment. Think about your return on investment being something other than money. And here are some examples of the things that could be a return. You could get the revenue, yes, but also what about connection and contact that could lead to the decision maker for the major 10-figure or 7-figure contract? That happened to me. If you don't know, then I want you to go back and look at the video that I'm going to put here, how I got my dreams to come true, and you can too, because that actually happened to me, a 5-digit contract just based on connections and a contact. The other thing that might be a return on investment is education, or the fact that you learned something new, or you had some sort of personal growth that is going to yield more opportunity in the future because now you know how to do something, or now your mindset is different and you're open to new ideas and opportunities in the future. That could be the return. Another return could be the fact that you had an opportunity to educate someone on your value they didn't know anything about. You introduced them to something new that made them want to learn more and share you with other people. I can't tell you how many times I've walked away and gotten emails from people that say, oh my gosh, I never thought of it that way, or wow, I was able to take that small thing and do something really big with it. Thank you so much. And that yields so many returns because that person will go back and spread the word. I have someone right now that every time she introduces me, she calls me her branding coach, and she says that I am responsible for helping her transition her business into something more successful and less stressful for herself. I have other people that tell me that I am the systems wizard that helped them identify what they should have been doing or what they shouldn't have done, and it saved them so much money because they listened. These are also returns on investment because they're spreading the word, and we all know word of mouth is the best form of advertising. So regardless of the reason for your ROI, what you're looking for, leadership, business growth, career growth, consider whatever effort you put in, thinking about these opportunities in a different light. It's not always money. And then the last thing, the I in this ROI strategy, is initiative. It is one thing for the opportunities to come to you. Let's say you did all of your due diligence, you've got all of your 5 R's in place, you're recognizing the opportunities and you're seeing them come in. But if you're not prepared, if you are not ready for for being able to take advantage of the opportunity in the first place, you're still gonna miss out if you're not doing your due diligence. And so for that, I suggest that you really identify your personal framework, create a personal operating system. I go into detail with both of these things. There are a couple of videos, I will link them down below, where I talk about the 3 systems that you really need to know so you can stop second guessing yourself. And then also I give you my 4 pillars of the personal framework. But both of those videos are very helpful because when you are clear about your personal framework and those operating systems, you have set yourself up for success and you are ready when opportunities come and you're not scrambling. Now, I've seen this as well when I did my contract at the beginning of last year. I saw so many revenue positive business owners who had grown their business but were lacking in the area of systems and processes. And so when it came to trying to secure government contracts, they were not prepared to handle the bandwidth of those larger contracts. And they were constantly having to get new business because their customer service experience was a negative one. So they weren't holding on to their clients. So they spent so much time and energy trying to get new clients. When you are practicing my ROI strategy and you have your 5 R's and you recognize the opportunities, it is imperative that you have set yourself up for success with your personal framework and all the operating systems so that you are prepared to take on the bandwidth. If you can take the initiative to go out there and actively seek out and take advantage of these opportunities. Okay, again, I know that we are so conditioned to think of return on investment as a financial component, and ultimately it is in some degree. Whether you are in business and you're looking for a return, financial revenue, you want your expenses to be less than your profit or what you charge. You want there to be a profit. That'll be a great return on investment. Whether you are growing in your career and you are investing a lot of time and energy in your education, in the volunteering that you do, in the organizations that you join, think about what it is that you want to get out of that and be very honest with yourself. The only true way to accept these ROIs, these various types of ROIs that are not just about money, is to understand how you need to operate, what you need to stay motivated. That's all done with your personal framework. That's all a part of your personal operating system, and only you can do that. So if your mindset has been that ROI is all about money and it has to deal with sales, and that's the only way you've thought about it, you have missed half of the battle. I want you to look at my next video. It's where I'm talking about the 3 operating systems that will help you stop second guessing yourself. It is amazing. I will link it down below, as well as the 4 pillars of your personal framework, because I truly believe that is going to be so helpful to you this year so that you can thrive in 25 and make sure that all of your goals are met. And I promise you, if you take what I just told you with my ROI strategy, 4 R's, opportunities and initiative, I promise you that when you're intentional about the things that you decide to go after, you will be successful, because you will always find a return on your investment. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.